called Sylvania. That Sylvania is not a native here. It was brought in from the ballast of a ship. That small stuff is bad. Really bad for a pond. That Sylvania in the summertime doubles every 24 hours. It chokes up the waterways, takes the oxygen out of the water, nothing eats it, and in the winter it disappears, turns to slime, and comes back in the summer. We never get rid of it. So it's really bad. But the worst vegetation you'll see back here is that tall plant with a round shiny leaf floating along there to the bank. That stuff's called water hyacinth. Water hyacinth's also not a native here. It was brought in back in 1884. The Japanese came to one of the first world fairs we had. On their way here, they picked that stuff up in South America. They brought it to an exhibit. They wanted to show us how it purifies water. It does a great job. You can put that plant in a tank with raw sewer and just leave it set. In several months, you could drink the water. No chemicals added. It'll filter it. But also throughout the summer, it grows a pretty purple flower. And that's why we stuck with it. The women wanted to bring little pieces home and grow it in their ponds. And throughout the years, with the hurricanes and storms, it spread. Every 27 days in the heat, each individual little pod can make 17 more plants. That stuff would get 3 feet high and choke up the waterways and make them totally impassable, so people couldn't get through. So, because they traveled by water, they had to find a way through. They designed boats with blades up on a bow, and they plowed through that stuff. They chopped it up into millions of pieces and did that for several years before they realized they were helping it to spread. So the Corps of Engineers come up with a spray. They spray it, they kill it, and it sinks. Back here, when it becomes a nuisance, and we have to spray it, we'll spray it too, but just with salt water. But that's another problem, because all we're doing is killing the plant and not the seed. And the seed of that plant, as long as it stays on the water and stays wet, can be there for 19 years. And the following summer, still form another plant 20 years later. So we're stuck with it. We'll never get rid of it. We just got to learn to deal with it. We call it water hyacinth. Folks, we have been seeing quite